Hey everyone, Greg with DRIFTERJOURNEY. Today I'm going to be showing you how we got our Firestone airbags on the Gen 3 Chevy Colorado ZR2. I'm going to tell you the issues I had putting them on, how we got them on, and how I don't think they're actually compatible officially. We also just finished up our rear seat delete, so if you want to know about that, leave it in the comments. Tell me to make a video about it. If you don't care, then don't. But leave some comments, like, comment, and subscribe. It does help support the channel if you purchase anything through any of our links. So I'm putting my snow tires back on, so I have this open up so I can show you the airbags. But I've had them on for a couple weeks now. So this is the driver's side. It is mounted as it's supposed to be. See if I can get the light to aim in here. Yeah, so it's mounted as it's supposed to be. So there's a couple things to note if you're going to be doing the install. The upper bracket that goes around the frame rail has these 4 bolts that go through. They are really tight with the you probably can't see it, but there's a frame weld on the top and bottom of the frame. These are so tight that if you put it through, if you didn't grind down the frame weld, which I didn't because I did not want to be grinding on the frame, I had to get a C-clamp on it. So I'd put both these bolts through, put a C-clamp on it, crush the crap out of it, use a hammer to get them started, to get the nuts started on there. It was a pain, not the easiest. So, but once it's on, it's on. So, got that done. The airbags, the instructions say, are your airbags 6 to 7 inches tall? No, they're not. So that's another reason why I think it wasn't quite the perfect fit. And then the lower bracket here, you can see that these U-bolts are leaned a little bit. I was able to get them on with the supplied hardware, but the front one's barely on there. And this kind of sits up high. So not perfect. But with that said, they do seem to function on the driver's side. Stick around for the passenger side. You'll see what crapshoot I had to do over there. That one is definitely wrong currently. The reason I wanted the Firestones, though, they're the only ones with a large style bag. The other brands make a sleeve style bag. For articulation, you know, the bag can only stretch so much, and you got it mounted to the lower bracket and the upper. So if you fully max this thing out, it'll just stretch the bag out, and at some point you end up pulling a tire sooner than you normally would have. So I did get airbag cradles. You can't do those with the sleeve style. What I'm gonna have to do here is raise it up. I haven't installed them yet, obviously. Raise it up, disconnect the lower, and then this will sit under the bag so that it'll be mounted on the lower bracket, and then when the bag lifts up, it'll be able to float off of the base and then get caught in this when it goes down. So that's going to be a future installation for this. Hopefully it's not too much of a pain. I know it's going to be. But let's get around to the passenger side, and I'll show you why that was not, I guess to bring the light with, a proper fit. So the driver's side is on there the way it's supposed to be. The passenger side is not. But I got it on there, and I think it's going to work as is. But as you can see on the passenger side, if I can get this to stick over here, I have it mounted reversed. So facing the outside, and because the reason I needed to do that was this resonator on the exhaust. So when I had it the right way, the bag sits to the inside and hits that. Hence why I would say it's not compatible. So if you have any other model other than the ZR2, or if you have a 24, 25, 26 ZR2 and that's not located there, let me know. But it is there on mine. So the choices were cut it off, get a new straight pipe, get rid of that resonator, probably make it a little bit louder. That was kind of, I thought about it. I didn't do it yet. But that's an option. But I was reading to have a straight pipe made by a muffler shop to replace that when I hack it out, you're looking at like $150 to $500. You can buy the whole Flowmaster exhaust for just under $700, which would replace the whole cat back, put you a new muffler, give you more horsepower, more torque, gets rid of that, and it tucks the exhaust, instead of coming down here low, it tucks it up high. Good for off-roading. That was the one I'm contemplating doing. So for now, I have it mounted backwards, which works. And my only concern here is you can see my air line comes out into the wheel well. Rather on the other side, it feeds into the inside. So it's not quite as protected. I don't think it's going to be an issue, but if it is, I'll just cut it short and cap it right here until I could fix it. At which point I would definitely be replacing it if it becomes a problem. But for now, I don't think it will. Yeah, so that's the install of the Firestone airbags on a Gen 3 ZR2. Same thing over here. It was easier to crush these from this side to get it to go around. But everything's a little more exposed over here. So if you think I'm missing something or I did something crazy, I don't think I did, or if there's a reason why you don't think this will work as well, I'm pretty particular. I like the things to be the same on both sides. I don't know if that's an OCD thing. So this is really kind of bumming me out. But for now, it's working. I will, when I put the tires back on, I'll get a clip of me airing them up and showing you how they lift. But they do seem to support the weight just fine, so that's great. Everything's in there. They are pretty squared up, which is good because they're supposed to be. It's just the fact that this is mounted reverse of what the instruction said to clear that exhaust. And then I did run the airlines back. I did not do a compressor because I really didn't want to deal with another project and wiring and whatnot. And they hold pressure. That's one less leak point to deal with. So I just drilled them out right next to the license plate here on the rear. And then you can just air them up for there. So I will show a clip of, it lifting and lowering. And yeah, so leave some comments. Let me know what you think. Obviously, a slight bummer that it didn't fit like it's supposed to. And the Firestones are the most expensive. Definitely the beefiest. I was able to find them on, I think it was like jeepandtruckparts.com, which, what was I going to say? They were really cheap compared to most other places. Some of the reviews on Reddit were saying they could be sketchy. I went for it because I figured credit cards are protected. If it doesn't come, then I'd just dispute the charge on my credit card. They came pretty much immediately, like shipped the next day, came in a factory box. I think it's just a drop ship guy that's maybe getting himself in trouble occasionally with the manufacturers. But from my end, everything seemed legit. And he provided me a product for a good price. So I'm happy with the purchase, and it worked well. In case anybody else is checking them out, I'm not associated with them. And if in the future they don't ship it, leave that in the comments. But for my experience, it worked great. So yeah, that's the Firestone airbags in the Gen 3 ZR2 with the issues I had. So let me hear what you guys think down below. Thanks for watching. So I have my snow tires on and got it back on the ground. I'm going to use one of these little guys to pump them up. I'll go up, they can go up to 100 pounds, and it's 50 pounds per pound. So for the set, so 100 pounds is 5,000. So yeah, I'm going to pump them up to like 30, maybe I'll just go to 50 just so you can see the lift. But I've been running them. You're supposed to keep a minimum of 5 pounds in them. When I'm empty, I'm keeping 5 pounds in them. When I get a little heavy, I'm putting it up to 10 so far. It's not an issue. I haven't fully loaded to go on a trip yet, but I don't think I'm going to have to put a ton in, 10, 15 pounds maybe. But we'll go up to, let's go up to 40, just so you can see it move. I might have to speed it up though. Okay, so rudimentary measurement, but just to get an idea, I'll just go from the ground to here, about center. I'm getting 40 1/4. I'll empty it out again. $39.5. So I went 3/4 of an inch up, going to 40 pounds of pressure. So you get the idea. Just I measure it empty, and know where my truck sits, and then when we weight it down, pump them up until I'm back to about that level. Should be good to go.